The Great War, etched in our memory as trenches, mud, and endless white headstones. But what if the story we know is incomplete? What if the loudest histories have drowned out quieter, heroic voices? History isn't just about generals and kings, it's about individuals, often pushed to the margins. Their stories are echoes in the silence, waiting to be heard. Today, we journey beyond the Western Front, into the forgotten corners of World War I. We'll visit East Africa, the muddy fields of Flanders, and the skies above France, meeting pioneers who broke barriers. This isn't about rewriting history, but enriching it, adding complexity and humanity to a conflict too often reduced to stark images. We'll meet real people, soldiers, nurses, laborers, strategists, whose immense contributions have been overlooked. Their actions changed battles, saved lives, and challenged prejudice. By uncovering their stories, we gain a deeper understanding of courage, resilience, and the unbreakable human spirit. So, join me as we pull back the curtain of time and shine a light on those who have lingered in the shadows. Let's walk in the footsteps of men and women whose bravery deserves to be celebrated and whose stories, once heard, will never be forgotten. Let's begin. Imagine a war fought under the vast skies of Africa, the East African Campaign, overshadowed by Europe's trenches. At its heart, German General Paul von Lettow-Vorbeck, leading a small force called the Schutztruppe. His mission: tie down Allied troops, preventing them from fighting in Europe. With just a few thousand Germans and 11,000 African askari, he waged a brilliant guerrilla war. The askari, resilient and masters of the terrain, were the backbone of his campaign. Von Lettow-Vorbeck respected his African soldiers, learning Swahili and promoting them on merit. His forces struck quickly, sabotaged supply lines, and vanished before Allied armies could respond. For 4 years he remained undefeated, surrendering only after proof of the armistice in Europe. His campaign was a masterclass in unconventional warfare, but it came at a terrible cost to local populations. Still, the story of von Lettow-Vorbeck and his askari reminds us that the Great War was truly global, fought with tenacity in unexpected places. Their legacy is a testament to resilience and the complexities of colonial conflict. While soldiers fought in the trenches, another army kept the war machine running, the Chinese Labor Corps. Nearly 140,000 men left rural China, crossing continents to dig trenches, repair roads, unload supplies, and bury the dead. They worked in harsh conditions, often under fire, but were denied the recognition and protections of soldiers. Segregated and subjected to prejudice, they formed tight-knit communities, finding moments of camaraderie amid hardship. At least 2,000 died, their graves scattered across France and Belgium, often overlooked. Their sacrifice was immense, their contribution vital. The Chinese Labor Corps was the unseen force that enabled Allied armies to fight. Their story is a powerful reminder. War is sustained by countless, often forgotten hands. They were the silent backbone of victory. The skies of World War I created new heroes, among them Eugene Bullard. Born in Georgia, Bullard fled racism in America. Finding freedom in France, he became a boxer, performer, and, when war broke out, a soldier in the French Foreign Legion. Wounded twice and decorated for bravery, Bullard refused to stop. He set his sights on the sky. In 1917, he became the world's first African-American military pilot, flying combat missions for France. His plane bore the motto, "All blood runs red." Bullard flew over 20 missions, earning the nickname Black Swallow of Death. Despite his heroism, the U.S. military rejected him because of his race. After the war, he remained a celebrated figure in Paris, but his achievements went unrecognized in his homeland. Bullard's story is a testament to breaking barriers and refusing to be defined by prejudice. He was a pioneer for equality, a hero for France, and an inspiration for generations to come. His courage soared above the clouds, and above the limits others tried to set. All blood runs red. In 1914, as war raged in Belgium, 2 women on motorcycles, Mary Chisholm and Elsie Knocker, raced toward the front. Volunteers, not official nurses, they saw wounded soldiers dying before reaching distant hospitals. Defying protocol, they set up a first aid post in a ruined cellar, just yards from the trenches. Here, they treated the wounded immediately, pioneering frontline care that saved countless lives. Their cellar was shelled, their lives constantly at risk, but for 4 years, they held their post. They offered not just medical aid, but humanity. a warm drink, a kind word, a moment of comfort. Belgian soldiers called them the Angels of Pervyse. Mary braved no man's land to rescue the wounded. Elsie performed surgeries with scant supplies. Both were decorated for their courage. Their story is a stunning example of compassion and innovation in the face of horror. They redefined what it meant to be a hero on the battlefield. On the Western Front, most generals relied on brutal attrition, but John Monash, an Australian engineer, thought differently. An outsider in the British command, Monash valued planning and the lives of his men above all. He pioneered perfected battle, coordinating infantry, artillery, tanks, and aircraft in harmony. His meticulous approach turned chaos into orchestration. Every soldier knew their role. At the Battle of Hamel, his corps achieved all objectives in just 93 minutes. Monash's methods were adopted by other Allied commanders, helping break the German army in 1918. Though less famous than his counterparts, Monash's brilliance saved thousands and shaped modern warfare. He proved victory could be won with intelligence, not just sacrifice. The quiet strategist, he engineered victory from the trenches. His legacy endures in every well-planned battle since. October 1914, near Hollebeke, Sepoy Kudadad Khan, a machine gunner from the British Indian Army, faced a German onslaught. His unit was tasked with stopping a breakthrough that could have doomed the British Expeditionary Force. Outnumbered and wounded, Khan was the last man standing at his gun. He held off wave after wave of attackers, buying precious time for reinforcements. When his position was finally overrun, Khan feigned death, then crawled back to Allied lines despite his injuries. His warning allowed the Allies to plug the gap and halt the German advance. For his extraordinary bravery, Khan became the first Indian recipient of the Victoria Cross. His story symbolizes the immense, often overlooked contribution of over 1.5 million Indian soldiers in the war. Their courage shaped the outcome of battles far from home. Kudadad Khan's defiance stands as a powerful reminder of sacrifice and heroism from the colonial world. His name deserves to be remembered. He fought for victory and for recognition. These forgotten heroes don't just add names to history, they change our understanding of the Great War. Their stories reveal the war's true global nature and the diversity of those who fought. They shattered barriers, revolutionized medicine, and proved that victory depended on more than brute force. The Chinese Labor Corps, the Askari, Indian sepoys, and countless others were essential to Allied success. Forgetting them distorts our view of the past. Their bravery and innovation shaped the modern world. By bringing their stories to light, we honor their sacrifice and gain a richer, more human perspective on history. Their legacy is etched in the mud of Flanders, the dust of Africa, and the fabric of our world. Their echoes are all around us, waiting to be heard. We've walked in the footsteps of giants, across continents, through trenches, and into the skies. These stories are just a glimpse of the thousands waiting to be rediscovered. The history of World War I is not closed. It's a vast narrative with hidden chapters. True history lives in the experiences of ordinary people who did extraordinary things. It's our responsibility to seek out these stories and ensure their sacrifices are never forgotten. By learning about forgotten heroes, we expand our understanding of courage and humanity. Every time we share a story like Eugene Bullard's or Kudadad Khan's, we push back against silence. We help build a more complete, truthful picture of our shared past. So, don't let the story end here. Be curious, ask questions, and seek out the untold. Next time you think of the Great War, remember the global stage and the diversity of its heroes. It's our turn to remember, to tell their stories, and to keep their memory alive. Let's honor them, not just today, but always. Their echoes are now ours to carry forward.